Okay, so everyone's fascinated about who's going to win the election now, especially since Donald Trump got COVID-19. I found this clip. I recorded it a few days ago, and I wasn't going to put it up, but it's gotten very interesting because now that Donald Trump's got COVID, it's just thrown a spanner in the works. And so we've got this professor, data professor from Griffith University here in Australia. So let's have a listen to what he says about who he thinks is going to win the election. And here's the introduction.
I'm Professor Bela Stantic. I'm founder and director of Big Data Lab at Griffith University, and I'm academic in the School of Information and Communication Technology at Griffith University as well. I'm not Nostradamus, obviously.
Data scientist Bela loves numbers.
Yeah, I definitely like numbers. As a small kid, I realized that I see numbers in a different way than other people, and I can extract hidden information from them.
So it's very interesting. It sounds a bit like a savant, a bit like Rain Man. But so this is his methods that he uses. Just have a listen.
Bela uses numbers and Griffith University's powerful computing clusters to predict the winners of elections and other stuff.
Things that I correctly predicted.
Now this is very interesting. This is a whole list of things that he's predicted that have come true. I think he's a bit better than Nostradamus, actually. This is quite a record. Let's have a listen.
Previous US election, 49 out of 50 states. Last
50.
federal election in Australia, where I identify all seats correctly.
State.
Brexit, UK election, Queensland state elections. A lot of numbers. In last 7 years, I correctly predicted Melbourne Cup winner.
For elections...
Wow, so he's predicted the last 7 Melbourne Cups. I need to figure out this guy's website because that's pretty incredible. So now they're going to talk about what data he uses for predicting elections.
For elections, Bela does it by analysing buttloads of tweets using groundbreaking algorithms written in code that you or I shouldn't even pretend to understand.
Algorithms are going through the tweets to identify what are the targets of the post. Analyze the text. What is this sentence talking about? Is it positive or negative? Also, order of the words in the sentence. How many times has been retweeted? Who retweeted? Who liked? Location. And then also calculate the sentiment, and everything else is just pure mathematics.
How do you like them apples?
How do I like what?
Never mind.
So many things going on.
So sorry about this. It's just not keeping up. A lot of processing power to get this going. But one thing I'd probably be critical of is using Twitter as his base data because, as you know, not many sort of old people use Twitter. Well, Donald Trump does, I guess. Social media is fairly skewed towards the younger demographic, and as most people may know, as you become older, you become more conservative, so you skew towards the Republican Party. So maybe that's why they got Hillary Clinton wrong if they were analysing data on social media, because it would be skewed towards a younger demographic and they'd be pushing towards Democratic nominee. So that's the only criticism I've got there. But let's have a look at what he's come up with.
At
Publicly available data, more than 4 million tweets with more than 20 million likes. So it's a significant proportion of people.
Based on this early test run, he can reveal that in the upcoming battle between Teflon Don and Sleepy Joe,
Trump would win between 270 and 280 seats, according to my calculations.
yep, Trump would win the Electoral College yet again and retain the presidency.
Trump would win if election was on Saturday.
Wow.
If election was on Saturday.
This is not Bela's final prediction. That will come just days before the November 3rd election and will be embargoed until after voting finishes so as not to influence the result.
That sort of implies to me they're a bit nervous about. Maybe they know about this guy. Maybe the Democratic Party know about this guy, and they don't want to put a downer on getting the voter turnout. Because I think the more voter turnout you get with the Democratic Party, the more chance you got of winning. So maybe they don't want to release the results of this professor's analysis, as people say, oh, why bother going out to vote? It's a done deal sort of thing, you know. There you go.
listen, this is the way it is.
So whatever the outcome, Bella will likely know who wins, even before they do.
I will be fairly confident.
I'm not so sure. There is a very long way to go. Anyone who has spent any time watching American politics over the last 4 or 5 years could not be sure of anything.
For me, it's just numbers. It's a pattern. For me, it's just numbers.
That's it. He's just numbers for him. He's just a pattern. What are you guys getting worried about? But this is a reaction from the project staff. The panel, they're fairly left wing, so especially lady on the end, she didn't like it at all.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, we should just not have elections.
Credit where credit's
We should
due.
just let him just go to Twitter and figure it out.
Yeah.
Just tell us who's going to win.
How you like those apples?
Still trying to process what he's saying about the US. Please, I hope he's wrong this time. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I can't
Probably
deal
not
with
alone
it.
there. There you go.
Oh dear. So actually, I've got a little bit more information because personally, I think Trump's probably going to win as well, because the media don't know what they're talking about usually, and I base it on sound psychological theories. And let's have a look here. We've got Alan Pease. I'll put Alan Pease up here. Now, Alan Pease, he was a well-known psychologist and behavioural expert back in the 80s. And let's see, here we go. Make the window a bit bigger here. There we go. So what's he got to say? Because he talks about Maslow, which if everyone knows about Maslow in psychology, but if you don't, he was a behavioural psychologist and created it's called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So Alan Pease talks about this, and let's have a look.
But you know something that most observers are missing in this? If you look at Maslow's principle of human needs,
Hierarchy,
but
yeah.
one of the bottom ones is safety and security. And right now, Americans are feeling scared about the violence, about the protests, about what the future is going to be, about COVID. And when it comes to the bottom line, where you've got to decide who's going to stand up for you, Maslow will override everything at the last moment. In other words, if you're going to be picked on by bullies and be pushed around by tough guys, would you rather have a bully whose personality you don't like standing up for you, or would you like your grandpa who's great with the kids?
Yeah, it was fascinating viewing, depressing in many ways as well, I think, for many people.
So there we go. So that's Alan Pease, very respected psychologist. I tend to agree that we're heading into a world of uncertainty. We've got COVID, we've got conflict with China. As soon as COVID hit, China pushed forward their ambitions in the South China Sea. You can look that up. It's a fact. They're getting very imperialistic, and I think Trump would be the better candidate to take on China. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting election. Leave your comments below. Try and keep it civil. I'll be moderating the comments, so no sort of personal attacks or anything like that. They won't get through to the comments page. So what do you guys think? I'm sort of thinking Trump will get in. I know the media are all saying Biden definitely. They said that about Hillary Clinton, and they're saying, oh, we've just refined the algorithms, everything's going to be good. But I don't think so. I think Trump should get in. Probably best for America. I always always have a saying that money talks and BS walks, and as soon as Trump got in 2016, stock market just zoomed. They were very confident about Trump, and no matter what you think about him personally, if he's got an abrasive personality, everyone knows that. He's a New Yorker, and if you've seen interviews with Scaramucci, he's sort of got the same sort of bravado and same sort of abrasive personality as Trump as well. So, like two peas in a pod, two New Yorkers. Sorry, New Yorkers. I've been to New York, wonderful people, but when you get that subset in New York where they're just sort of real go-getters, and they can be quite abrasive. But I sort of overlook that. Just look at the policies. Work out which policies are going to be best for the country and the world and everything, and I think Trump comes out on top. That's just my personal opinion. So just leave your comments below, and I'll see you next time, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. What videos are coming up next? I'm probably going to do a video did an IQ test with Mensa. I want to run through that because it's quite interesting what I thought of the test and my results. See if I got into Mensa. But we'll keep that for another time. I'll see you later, guys. Cheers.